What's up, guys? It's Mimi, the ALEXX Prince, here to give you a video recapping the summer of 2018 summer blockbuster movies wise. Basically be talking about the results of the summer blockbusters. Um, and let's just talk about it. And also, I'm gonna give a list of some movies that I enjoyed, my top 10 for sure. I won't necessarily be talking about my worst, maybe just like for a little bit, but not a lot because I really didn't go that much to the movies this year. But I will definitely talk about it a lot. Um, but basically, I'm gonna just look at my list of the movies I predicted to be the top 10 summer blockbusters or the top 10 summer movies that were gonna make bank. And let's see: Sicario 2, Ocean's 8, Skyscraper, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Mission Impossible Fallout, Solo: A Star Wars Story, Deadpool 2, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, Incredibles 2, and Avengers: Infinity War. I only got two wrong. I got Sicario 2 wrong, which I was fucking stupid. Who the fuck puts that fucking garbage? I'm sorry, I didn't like it. I know some fans got it in there. I personally didn't enjoy it, and Skyscraper was fucking boring as shit. So really, two big mistakes. Like the ones that made it in were Hotel Transylvania 3, which was so obvious, and for some stupid reason I didn't pick it. And this movie I just saw the other day, Crazy Rich Asians. Apparently that made the top 10, and I'm kind of glad to see that other type, like, independent movies, you could say they're not necessarily independent. But I'm just glad to see movies that feel unique on their own make bank. So I was super happy to see that. It was a damn good movie. It was definitely funny. It was definitely just a good time to watch. It was definitely one of my favorite movies to watch this summer. Now, technically, Avengers: Infinity War wasn't a summer movie, but it kind of came out at the last minute. Plus, it was originally going to come out in May, so I guess you can kind of say it. Because it was on the 27th or 28th or something, which is like not even that far from May. If anything, like the next couple of days was May, and people still went to go watch that. And hell, it's the #1 box office movie. If anything, if you want to be statistic about it, Incredibles made is #1, and the Meg you could take the spot of Avengers: Infinity War, which personally I didn't see the Meg, and I still can't believe people still went to go watch that shit. For a while, the movies that were in the top 10 were Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, Equalizer 2, The First Purge, and Book Club. For a while, those movies were in there. What other ones? Christopher Robin. I thought it was an enjoyable movie. I didn't completely hate it. I definitely did see, but let's see. I didn't see The First Purge. I didn't see The Meg. I definitely didn't see Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, because I didn't like the first one. I'm not saying that I'm a music hater. I mean, come on, it's me. Yeah, when you have just a cheap ass story, it's hard to make musicals or sequels to musicals. Like, look at Grease too. Remember that? Yeah, like what the hell were they thinking when they made that one? But yeah, anyways, I haven't seen Book Club, but I've heard good things, and I was glad to see it make it in the list. So I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely would have appreciated to see this movie in the top 10, but yeah, I haven't seen it. I don't know if I should see it. I heard the concept involves a bunch of old women reading 50 Shades of Grey. I was like, I'm kind of done with that. If you guys saw my 50 Shades of Grey review in this channel, Jesus Christ, I go through the whole movie. Anyways, Skyscraper, like I mentioned, was garbage, and hell, it flopped and it broke the rock just like Baywatch did. But yeah, other movies that made it in were Life is a Party. For a while, Hereditary was in there, which I'll get to. But yeah, Life is a Party. I mean, what is it with Melissa McCarthy? Only her bad movies make bank. Because Happy Time Murders, I'm sorry, no one's talking about it. So there's the problem there, you could say. So I don't know what's the case with that one. Um, Hold on, I'm just typing some stuff. But yeah, I really don't get it. Because Happy Time Murders was not like a masterpiece, but it was definitely more enjoyable than most most movies that I saw this summer. Uh, the two movies that I recently just caught up with were BlacKkKlansman and again Crazy Rich Asians. But let's talk about the top 10 summer movies individually. Let's just get it out of the way. Avengers: Infinity War. It was just a masterpiece. People are still talking about it. It's so much fun. It's definitely my favorite movie of the year, which ain't saying that much. Other than that, and maybe a couple of these summer movies and A Quiet Place could have made bank. So I'm just saying, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom almost toppled Incredibles 2. I'll talk about Incredibles 2. I don't know why I skipped that one, but Incredibles 2 is definitely an enjoyable movie. Definitely a good payoff sequel. Apparently, it's getting a lot of controversy considering people are talking about how thick Elastigirl is. And I kind of blame Pixar on that one. That one's on you guys. Why the fuck would you make her so damn hot? I'm being real with you guys. But yeah, I guess, you know, even if you don't watch hentai, you can still watch Pixar, I guess. Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. I made a video. I saw the movie early. I don't know how I got the early screen. I didn't even know it was out. We just picked that movie to watch that day, my friends and I. It was a piece of shit, and I came here early and told you guys that this movie was a piece of shit, and nobody fucking listened. Yeah, this movie was so boring. It was so stupid. Poor acting. Just a bunch of garbage. Again, having kids that don't get eaten. It's just the same old shenanigans, and they wasted Jeff Goldblum. Literally, if you watch the trailers, you saw all of Jeff Goldblum. Next one, I guess we can talk about Deadpool 2. That one was number 5, technically. Deadpool 2. Definitely enjoyed it. I had more problems with it, nitpicky things, but that is occasionally going to happen. But I definitely enjoyed it. Even though it was a ripoff of T2, Judgment Day. I didn't like Russell that much. Really, he was the only character I didn't like out of the new people. And apparently that's going on a lot for a lot of people. That people are admitting that, yeah, Russell was kind of a waste. Recently I just got the super duper cut. I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. It was so fucking boring. I mean, no, it's not boring. It's just they changed so many things, and I'm just like, once you're accustomed to what you saw, don't just scramble everything around. And I get it with the Richard Donner cut because that's basically the first one I ever saw. I never saw the original version of Superman 2 until years later. But yeah, it's just like stuff like that. But I still think Deadpool is a lot of fun. The character, and he carries this movie. Definitely I'm wondering what they do next. There's talks of Deadpool 3. Then I've heard talks of a standalone Cable movie. Then I've also heard freaking X-Force, which is the most obvious one to do at this point. But we're still stuck with New Mutants and Dark Phoenix up next. So yay. Solo, a Star Wars story. I'll say that one for the last. Mission Impossible Fallout, another badass action film. Probably my favorite out of the franchise, honestly. Definitely brought new characters, had a decent story. They re-brought the original director, which never happens in a Mission Impossible movie. They usually get rid of the director, but they clearly had a vision, and they definitely paid it off. And again, like I said, it's one of the best Mission Impossible movies I've ever seen. And I can't wait to see what goes on next with the franchise. Hopefully Henry Cavill sticks around, and hopefully that mustache, man. The most expensive mustache in the world that Justice League couldn't shave, which is still mind-boggling to me. I mentioned Hotel Transylvania 3. I did see it with my sister. She thought it was cute. I was just like, fine. I definitely enjoyed it more than the second one, but really these movies are just little fun movies, which honestly, it's a better dark universe than what Universal Studios try to do with fucking Dracula Untold, The Mummy. It was just, I don't know. Universal Studios, learn from your mistakes. Look at Hotel Transylvania 3. They got a better dark universe than you guys. Ocean's 8, I saw it. Rethink it. I see the problems. I think it was a fine movie. It's definitely better than Ghostbusters. Remember that agenda ass movie? At least it was not run by Sony, so you could say that's a positive. But overall, I just didn't care. Watching it, it was a fun time, but it was definitely Again, why would they cast Mindy Kaling in this garbage? They had Anne Hathaway, Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett. Really, you guys went with fucking this little bimbo bitch? Come on, guys. And again, Crazy Rich Asians, masterpiece. Loved it. One of the best comedies of the year. Every once in a while, we'll get a comedy like this. Last year was The Big Sick. But yeah, this is definitely a fun time. I definitely enjoyed it. I hate that mentality of the more you know, the less you know, the better experience, or just watch the movie. I hate people that do that shit. It's just like, shut the fuck up if you're not gonna say anything. But yeah, Crazy Rich Asians is basically a movie about basically a wealthy dude with a girlfriend who's not that wealthy, and he's debating between his family and her. So cute little movie. And realistically, if you think about it, it's pretty in pink. With grown-ups and Asians, and not white people. Oops. Anyways, but yeah, those were definitely my thoughts on the top 10 movies. Oh yeah, Solo. Yeah, I definitely said I was gonna save this one for last. It's not that bad rewatching it, but all those problems I still have with it is really, really bad. Again, Star Wars need to get their shit together. This mentality of copying Avengers or the MCU at this point is just retarded. It really is. Star Wars should definitely stick on their own, and yeah, they should have done a different movie. They should have. What I would have done personally is, let's start all the way from when they brought it back. Force Awakens, good movie. Rogue One, fine movie. They could have tweaked some stuff a little bit, like not necessarily have a bunch of fan service, but have sympathy for the characters and don't kill them off right away. So that was my big issue with Rogue One, but yeah, I still had fun with the movie. Then we had The Last Jedi, which is very divisive among people. Watching it, I see the problems, but when I finished watching it, I'm like, damn, that was a good movie. So it's a weird movie, to be honest. So I'll save that one. But then Solo was definitely that movie that made you say, yeah, Kathleen Kennedy's gotta go. This fucking cunt is just gotta go, or get punched in the face at least every day you do something this fucking stupid, people. How the fuck you go from firing Phil Lord and Chris Miller to hiring Ron Howard? Just stick to one. Personally, I would have just stuck with Ron Howard from the very beginning. I enjoy Phil Lord and Chris Miller, but they clearly are not Star Wars ready for that. I mean, you saw the edits that they had. It was awful. And they had some really stupid ass ideas, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, with the fucking jumpy puppets and shit. Like, what the hell was that all about? So I'm glad that they got Ron Howard, but personally, I would have stuck with them from the beginning. And I didn't like some of the writing shit. Like, it just has so many issues, like how Solo got his name, how he got his gun, how he met Chewie. That one wasn't that bad, but still. How the Millennium Falcon became what it is, it was so stupid because they literally had the circle and then the top, and then they just took the tip off, and there you go. It's the Millennium Falcon. And again, the new characters really, really fucking blow dick. So yeah, Solo was just a big mess, and it definitely showed that Star Wars should have done better. But yeah, like I mentioned, Force Awakens, Rogue One, Last Jedi. Then we should have done Kenobi. This was the perfect time to do an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. Not necessarily, I wouldn't have done what they had planned of bringing Ewan McGregor and put it between episode 3 and 4, which is a trend that's been going on with all these movies. All of the prequels, the newer prequels and spin-offs are between 3 and 4. They need to expand the universe, because then the timeline makes no fucking sense. You're just as bad as X-Men at this point. And hell, you can't even say that anymore because Deadpool fixed the timeline. Boom! Take that, Star Wars. You're the new X-Men at this point. Thanks a lot, Kathleen Kennedy. But yeah, I would have done Obi-Wan a Star Wars story. Do it way after Episode 1. That way we could completely start over and not worry about all this nonsense. And we could bring back Liam Hemsworth. I think that would have been a perfect fit. And you could bring an up-and-coming actor to be Obi-Wan Kenobi. I like Ewan McGregor, but it's all about passing the torch. And then the following year, I would not do Episode 9. I would still hold off on that. But I would do a Lando movie, which is what people wanted anyways. I would have done that. And then you go to Star Wars Episode 9. So now there's a huge gap. So there will be no excuses to make Episode 9 a train wreck. And plus you have 2 fine little movies in between. Obi-Wan Kenobi having a spin-off, and then Lando having a spin-off, and hell, you could have Solo in there, but that would have been a badass movie. But yeah, it's just been haywire, and it's all the problem. It all truly began here when, even though this movie made the summer top 10, it was still a big clunky mess. I still find some enjoyment in the movie, but overall, it's just a big pile of fucking mess. It's kind of like if someone gave you a gift. It's kind of like this, and ironically enough, it's a Star Wars puzzle. Yes, I got a puzzle of Chewbacca. It's like if someone just fucking threw all these pieces, and then as I'm watching the thing, I had to put it together. It's basically that, really. So yeah. But enough rambling about Solo. This summer was overall pretty enjoyable, I could say, even though I didn't see that much. It's better than 2016. That was awful. 2017 was boring, but it picked up once like the big money movies were making it, like War for Planet of the Apes, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Dunkirk. That's when it really picked up. Actually, it picked up once Wonder Woman came out, because then after that it was just hit after hit after hit after hit. But yeah, that was my personal thing on it. Anyways, this summer we had let's just look at my top 10. Not the top 10 summer movies, but my favorite movies of the entire summer. So number 10 for me is Tag. I saw Tag. I thought it was a fun movie. Definitely out of all the movies, it's probably one of the few ones that I went to go to the movies multiple times. I think I saw this like 4 or 5 times. Maybe not that much. Maybe three, 4, but I definitely saw this a couple of times, and each time I just had fun, had laughs, and that's probably the only reason why it's even in this list. Otherwise, because I know it's a stupid ass movie, but it's just still a lot of fun. 9 is Tully. Charlize Theron. Finally, she's doing something other than Fast and Furious, but this is definitely a good movie. Definitely fucks with people's minds, and it was just a fun little, not a fun movie, but like just like an interesting movie. Upgrade. This one was kind of weird because it's basically a guy being controlled like a robot, but the guy looked like Tom Hardy, so we all thought it was Tom Hardy, and we went to go see it, and we were pretty surprised, and we were really enjoyed. Some people enjoyed it. I could understand why people didn't like it. It was kind of boring, but I definitely thought it was a cool concept and one of the funniest, not the funniest movies. What is funny is number 7, which I'll get to, but number 8 is again Upgrade. I think it's a good movie. You should definitely go watch it. Number 7, Crazy Rich Asians. Like I mentioned, I've talked about this movie already so many times because it's freshly in my head, and it's a good movie to go watch. And I'm not lying to you. I would not lie to you guys. Number 6, Deadpool 2. Like the theatrical version, not a big fan of the super duper cut, despite some stuff being good, but I just didn't like how everything was moving, that the soundtrack changed all the time. So, but I still think it's a good movie in general, whether you watch this one or the super duper cut. Number 5, Hereditary. Not a lot of people are talking about this one. And hell, I just saw it not that long ago, and I'm not a horror movie guy, and it really does show because I was most of the time just kind of thinking. But when a movie makes you think, I think that is what makes it good. So no pun intended there. What other ones should I say? Incredibles 2. I definitely enjoyed this. Definitely one of the best sequels in the Pixar verse, you could say. Better than I enjoyed it more than all of the sequels except the Toy Story ones. So it's definitely a good time. Definitely 14 years or whatever, how many years it was, 14 years I'm guessing, of waiting. But hopefully the next one doesn't take this long. And for fuck's sake, they're doing Toy Story 4 next year. Kudos to them. Number 3 is Mission Impossible Fallout, one of the best action movies, the definition of a summer blockbuster movie. This is what you do. You have action, you have spy thrillers, you have badass fighters, and to top it all off, Tom Cruise doing stunts. Bingo. Number 2 is BlacKkKlansman. Now, I haven't even talked about this one. So let me take my time to talk about this one. BlacKkKlansman is basically a real life story about an African American cop who is trying to get some stuff out of the Ku Klux Klan back in the day. And it has a lot of political talks. Spike Lee directed this, but you could tell that Jordan Peele, who is, I believe, the producer, he worked his ass off because, after all, he did Get Out. So can you imagine the attachment to what Jordan Peele's trying to say with what Spike Lee's done in the past? That is a great combo, believe it or not. I would never expect that combo to, I think I always knew that combo was going to work, but I just didn't know I wanted it so bad. And it was a good combo, and it definitely, hell, this was almost my number 1. Some honorable mentions before I get to my number 1, despite knowing what it is already. Yeah, so my honorable mentions, I don't know why I spaced out, but my honorable mentions are, let's see, there's movies like, again, Happy Time Murders, good puppet movie, good R-rated puppet movie. Not the smartest, it's kind of dumb still, but yeah, I thought it was fine. Christopher Robin, another movie, I thought it was fine. Hotel Transylvania 3, thought it was fine. You know what I'm gonna say about the rest of these movies. Fine. Teen Titans Go to the Movies. That's one that I just came up to my mind. When I saw it in theaters, it was fine, but I was like, I could have just watched it on TV with no reason to go to the theaters to watch that ever again. But I still thought it had some funny moments. To be fair, it had some stuff funnier than Teen Titans. Oh shit, I didn't even talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp. Shit, what the hell is wrong with me? I skipped Ant-Man and the Wasp, and it was right in front of me. Ant-Man and the Wasp was good, not great, definitely my least favorite, or one of my least favorites of the MCU. But it does explain what happened on their side of the story through Infinity War, which is my number 1. So you could say that's a good way to bring it all back together. Yeah. This whole entire year this far has been all about the MCU, from what Black Panther brought back in February to Avengers Infinity War to how the Quantum Realm will connect to Avengers 4 that comes out next year. It's all been working out to this, and I think that's why one of the reasons the summer blockbuster has been weak over the last couple of years, because people are just waiting to see what happens next with the MCU. That's how you do a franchise, when you actually tell different types of stories from different perspectives and you have a kick-ass time at the theaters. That is how you properly do this. So next year, who knows? All I can think about, like I mentioned, the Spider-Man movie, Far From Home. I want to see where this lands. Of course, Avengers 4, the big finale of the culmination of everything. What else is happening next year? In the summer wise, of course. I think it comes out. Anyways, there's no reason to talk about next year's summer. I'll definitely do another video similar to this anyways next year, hopefully, if I remembered. But yeah, those were my 10 favorite movies of the summer. Some quick recap of what I thought about the summer this year. Um, Anything I missed, just comment down below, and I could just comment down my opinions on that kind of stuff. So, um, fuck, what else was I gonna say? Yeah, that's basically it. It's me, the ALE Double X Prince. I don't know when I'll be making another video, but hopefully soon, but I don't think so. I started school again, and I'm fucking exhausted. Hell, even talking right now just made me exhausted. So, anyways, again, Double X Prince. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and until then, I'm out. Woo!